Hey Scorpio, welcome to Dark Eve Tarot. I'm Eve. Today we're gonna get you a message like we always do. And I pre-pulled a card for you and it's very interesting. It looks like there is this creature that is kind of like getting tangled up in the surroundings a little bit. It's I don't know, it's like it's weird because like what this card is actually about, like from the artist that created it, is different than what I'm getting. So I'm gonna tell you both. So when I first saw this card, I thought first the word birthing came to mind because it almost looks like these are like legs and there's like an egg or a birth coming out, something being birthed. But I also got like the idea of like separation and togetherness, kind of. But what the card is about by the author or the artist is immersion. It's about immersion in your environment. So it's about being one in your environment, and I can kind of see that in the image too, where there's this creature, and it's like it's it's starting to, like, the environment is starting to go up around it, like as a camouflage or something beneficial, maybe. So I'm curious how this is going to go for you, Scorpio. So let's see. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of details on the card, a little clarification. Wheel of Fortune. And that doesn't really clarify. That just makes me want to ask another question. That's funny. We need a couple more cards here. It's too many. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Hermit, and we have the Star. These are all major, big-ass energies, Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio, just with these three cards here, it's like with this Wheel of Fortune, you see how it's got like the scythe on either side? It's like, to me, it feels like the wheel is definitely turning, like a new phase, a new chapter, whatever. But also just like a faded time, whatever. But like it's the scythe, it's the cutting, right? It's like cutting something out. It's like, and what's being cut out here? It's time to cut out this, which is the Hermit, which is like being a little bit too closed off because, like, the Star is almost like the opposite, right? Not quite the opposite, but it's like the Star is like, being out there, being a star, shining your light, blah. You know what I mean? So it's almost like there's whatever, like there's this phase of whatever you've been kind of closed off with. It's going to, like, something's going to open up, and it has something to do with you being immersed in your environment. And it's the immersion meaning that we're going to go with the most here, because this Star here, I mean, look, they're half immersed in water, right? Can't ignore that. All right, so what else does Scorpio need to know? Okay, right away. Right away, we have the Four of Pentacles, and let's see, hold on. It's weird. I never really noticed that before in this card, but there's like this serpent type thing, and it's holding on to like this treasure chest for dear life, right? But I never noticed that there's these little runes, these little symbols and runes all on the edge of the chest. So it's kind of making me think here, Scorpio, that whatever this treasure is of yours, that even if like someone else tries to put their hands on it, I don't think they can open the chest. I think this is yours. It's like destined for you, right? It's like I don't know if you've been in this, kind of like in this little hermit coffin because you're trying to keep your treasure safe, but I don't think you have to worry about that. Only you can open that treasure. It's Scorpio encrypted. No one can crack the code but you. Man, cards are being stingy here. Alright, what else does Scorpio need to know? Okay, so we have Queen of Cups, and that kind of makes sense because we've got this immersion in this water here, right? And the Queen of Cups, it's like she has water to spare, right? She's giving, she's loving, she's sharing with her people or her family, or you know what I mean? She's very giving, but she doesn't take any shit. I mean, I could see a lot of Scorpios being like that, you know what I mean? It's like y'all can be super, super giving, super nice, but you also don't take any shit. Weird. This is the Two of Pentacles, but this is not a juggling act. This is very deliberate. This is very calculated, and I mean intentional is what I'm saying. It's not. There's no accident here. There's no fear of fumbling. This seems precise. There's something very intentional going on. Weird. I just got the weirdest feeling like I was being taken somewhere else besides the reading. I don't know. It's this card. This card is, it's weird. It's like that card wants to take you somewhere. I mean, you can feel almost like the conjuring of it, or you know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean like in a fucking stupid paranormal movie way. I just mean like it's amazing what you can do with just the power of intention is huge, okay? The Tower. This is interesting because I just got this feeling of like kind of like being taken away. And we also have this whole like being like immersion, right? Being immersed in your environment, in your surroundings. And it's like, it's almost like you're, I don't know, like metaphorically turning into like, like a creature of a winged creature or something, like a bird, and you're flying in the environment around you, like totally scoping everything out. It's it's really cool. It reminds me of like astral projecting, or what's that called when you're like almost like astral spying? Remote viewing. Yeah, it reminds me of remote viewing. What are you doing? Why is this coming up for you? I don't know. Maybe you're meant to see your future. I don't know. I mean, I never thought it was that important to see too far ahead in the future, just because things can change on a dime, right? Free will. right, we have the Ace of Swords here. So whatever you're trying to do, whatever your version of the star is, you being a star, right, Scorpio? Whatever your version of that is, I mean, we've got the energies present for victory, right? For success. And it seems as if you really just need to keep being yourself, because that's what I'm getting with this Queen of Cups card. Because whatever treasure awaits you, right, it's yours. It's your treasure, it's not someone else's treasure. If you go after someone else's star, well, you may not be able to get into their treasure, or you know what I mean? And but this feels different, a little bit different, like there might be something going on in the astral for you. Like I don't know if you are remote viewing or if you are astral projecting or what, but it seems, whatever it is, it seems very intentional. It seems very intentional, and I'm not sure what this tower really means except for projecting yourself out of where you are and flying around. You know what I mean? It's very, I don't know. It's interesting, and but I don't know why. I don't know why it's showing up. Unless it's just a confirmation. Maybe something weird happened when you were dreaming and you weren't sure if it was astral projecting or not. I mean, this could be a confirmation that it was. So we have the moon showing up here, and that's, that's just confirmation of like, hey, maybe you weren't sure about something. I think this came out because I kept saying maybe you weren't sure or whatever. But then we have the Hermit coming out again. So this to me is the moon with the Hermit. Since we already have the Hermit up here and we know what this means, it's kind of like you are going to be susceptible to a little bit of doubt, and I think this is coming up just to, like, when it creeps up, when doubt creeps up on you, you know that it's not as big of a deal as it might feel like, when you start to doubt yourself. And I don't really mean doubting whether you're astral projecting or not, because that seems like a minor thing, like a minor issue for you. It's about this. It's about the star. It's about the treasure, right? So when doubts start creeping in, remember your go-to is to be yourself, because yourself is what opens the treasure. And you do have the energy of victory here, okay? I feel like that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right. Scorpio, this is your message. So take what resonates, and I'll see you later. Bye, Scorpio.